Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over exercises that will prevent shoulder pain in the future and get rid of any shoulder pain you have now. So getting straight into it, the first exercise that I'm doing here is external rotation of the shoulder with a dumbbell. You simply lie on your front, hold your arm out at 90 degrees and rotate the dumbbell up until it's in line with your elbow. The reason I'm in lying and not standing is because it makes us work against gravity and there's tension at the top of the movement. Next we have a similar movement, except we're going to be lying on our back. We're going to hold our arm out at 90 degrees and then we're going to rotate our shoulder backwards and rotate it back to the starting position. Although this is similar to the first exercise, this is one of the key ones, as we're working on opening up the shoulder and increasing the range of motion at the shoulder joint. When performing this exercise, we really want to place an emphasis on the bottom part of the motion, really trying to stretch our arm backwards and allowing it to rotate as far as it can. This is because we want to increase the mobility and strength at vulnerable positions where there's often going to be a lot of discomfort. So when you do this exercise, you can aim to hold the bottom position for 1 second and then you can raise it back to the starting position. The next exercise that we're going to do for our shoulders is the straight arm raise. It's very simple. We're going to lie back on the bench, straighten our arm out in front of us and lower it down as far as we can up until we feel tension in our shoulder. With this particular exercise, you don't need to use any weight because we're putting our shoulder in a vulnerable position and trying to stretch it as much as we can, and gravity is making the muscle work. When doing this exercise, you want to make sure your arm is as straight as possible and aim to get your hand in line with your head. The objective of this exercise is to increase the strength of the shoulder joint at a vulnerable position and also to increase the ability of the shoulder to stabilize itself. If you already have a shoulder injury, then when you lower your arm, you're going to feel the instability of your shoulder, so be careful with how low you go. Next, we have one of my favorite exercises, wall slides. This is an exercise that has helped me a lot whenever I've had shoulder pain. I like this exercise because it's very simple to perform. All you have to do is stand against the wall with your heels, glutes and back touching the wall, and simply put your arms in a W position against the wall and then slide them upwards till you reach full extension and then bring them back down to the W position, and the whole time you're trying to push your elbow into the wall. With this exercise we're targeting the internal muscles of the shoulder, also known as the rotator cuff muscles. The next exercise is another simple one but very effective. It's the dead hang. With this exercise we're challenging our shoulder to stabilize itself in a vulnerable position. It's very simple. You need to find a bar you can hang on and put your arms in a straight position. What I'm doing here is swaying from side to side, placing more of an emphasis on one shoulder and then putting the emphasis on the other shoulder, further challenging the stability of the shoulder. Now with this exercise we're using an isometric. If you don't know what an isometric is, it's when your muscle is contracting but there's no movement. So what I'm doing here is moving my hand outwards towards the wall, trying to move the immovable object that is the wall, which means I have to exert as much force as I possibly can. Isometrics are a good exercise to use when you have an injury and there's a lot of weakness in the muscle and you might not be able to lift any weights. In this exercise we're working on external rotation because it's typically a weak movement for people that have shoulder pain. In this exercise, again we're doing an isometric. I'm just showing you the movement that you're trying to perform. You're going to place your hand over your head against the wall and try and extend your arm downwards and bring your hand through the wall. With people that have shoulder injuries, a lot of pain is recreated when the arm is above the head, as this is a very vulnerable position. So what we're trying to do here is increase the stability of the shoulder joint when it's in vulnerable positions and increase the strength of the internal shoulder muscles. And that's the end of the video. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll see you in the next one.